So, this past weekend, my boyfriend and I went to see Together, and we should have saw Weapons. Yeah, we should have saw Weapons instead. Okay? Now, I don't say that to be mean. I do think the movie was a fun time. However, that is such a low bar for me, okay? Being generally entertaining is, quite frankly, the bare minimum. All right? My problem with Together was that it felt like it copped out in the middle and towards the end in terms of storytelling and horror elements. From the posters and the trailers, the movie really pulls you in with these really nasty visuals, but in the actual movie, it's not amped up at all. The trailers, in my opinion, show you pretty much all that there is visually interesting in the movie. There were really only a couple other scenes that pushed the body horror, and even those scenes felt safe and brief. They didn't last that long. And now that I'm thinking about it, when I look back at the posters, obviously they're not going to give you everything, but they are also hints. They're just these hints at what could happen. So imagine in the movie, that's really all you get. As an artist, I was really disappointed that the horror visuals weren't more inspiring to look at, and they didn't do much with the visuals either. Honestly, if it weren't for some of the themes of certain scenes, this movie really could have been like PG-13. It simply was not worth the R rating. As for storytelling, it was weak and vague. The characters were forgettable. In fact, the next day I had completely forgotten that I had even seen the movie. The conflict with the main characters I felt was a decent starting point, but as the movie progressed, the relationship and the conflict felt more and more hollow. I think part of the problem too was that there wasn't a build up to much of the actual horror. The characters basically get into some BS like right away. And I feel like this caused me to not care too much about them, and I was only really invested in seeing the body horror. Over the course of the movie, the tone shifts as well to like something of a comedic feel, but it felt odd and unexpected. It almost felt like it wasn't funny enough anyway for the comedic moments to work. And because the beginning had such a different tone, it was a bit jarring how the switch happened in the middle. I did think certain plot points were interesting, but overall, it was a horror movie that seemed like it wasn't sure it wanted to really commit to the genre. It felt like more of a mild spectacle suitable for teenagers. It's the type of movie I would play at a sleepover or a movie night with just friends for funsies. So, overall, I'm giving this movie a 3 out of 5 stars because, yes, I would probably watch it again, but no, it is not one of my faves.